In this video, I will be presenting information I have been provided by an individual that has been investigating Urghbla for a few years now. The validity of the information provided by this individual has been verified prior to me making the decision to come out with this publicly, as well as Urghbla himself stating that this is in fact valid information. Urghbla will choose to deny everything that I present in this video. He will claim that I am doxing him and his girlfriend, call me a liar, and likely attack my character in order to deflect and avoid taking accountability for his actions. I ask that you, the viewer, demand accountability be taken here. Please watch the full video before leaving your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this disclaimer. Myself and a few other YouTubers were sent the information I am going to present in this video privately via Discord only a few days ago. I have spoken to the others, and they expressed to me they do not wish to be involved in this at all. And I cannot blame them one bit, considering the nature of the content Urghbla produces on his channel, where he maliciously attacks, harasses, and doxes people that disagree with him. It is understandable that nobody is willing to put themselves on the line in order to expose this very serious topic. I do not blame these creators in the slightest for choosing to stay silent on the matter, as I'm a prime example of what happens when Urghbla is allowed to spread misinformation unchecked for months and months on his channel. If Urghbla attacking clouds recently isn't enough to open even the most loyal of Urgbla's viewers' eyes to what type of person he is, then hopefully this video will. The other night, I received a notification on my phone of a friend request coming from a user who goes by the name Doom on my main Discord account. I accepted, greeting them with, "Hey, what's up?" To which they responded almost immediately saying that they were hoping to share some information they had come across recently. Intrigued by this, I replied, "Sure, go ahead." And 5 minutes later, I was met with over a dozen screenshots with various pieces of information within them. My initial thought was that this had to be just another schizo Urghbla hater looking to seek revenge on Urghbla for one reason or another. However, as I began reading through what was sent to me, I couldn't have been more wrong in making that initial assumption. I was shocked by what I was reading within these screenshots, and after verifying the validity of what I was sent, I decided to do a live stream covering the information. To my surprise, Doom had come across Urgbla's girlfriend's Reddit account, with various different posts collaged together, showing her saying various things regarding her relationship with Urghbla, including pictures of her horses, references to her car, pictures of their cats, and many other references that all led back to this being the Reddit account belonging to Tabby, Urgbla's girlfriend, who some of you may have heard him referencing throughout his content over the years. Within these posts on Reddit, we see multiple pieces of information pointing to this account belonging to Tabby. We see her responding to a post regarding a 2018 Mercedes CLA 45 AMG, stating that she has the same car. This image posted by Urghbla around December of 2023 proves that comment made by Tabby to be true. For reference, these two images show the interior of that same make and model car to further prove this to be the case. As you can see, minus small modifications made upon purchase by whoever the original owner was, the interior of both cars looks identical. This is without a doubt Tabby responding to this Reddit post. The second major piece of evidence that was used to verify the validity of this Reddit account belonging to Tabby are multiple pictures of her cats that she had posted. She also posted images of these same cats in the Rackshaw Discord years prior, a server made by the creator of popular VR chat world Drinking Night, which some of you might be familiar with. We also can see multiple instances of her posting images of her and her horses throughout these Reddit posts. These images have been verified to be Tabby, as she posted these same images along with similar images featuring the same horses on other social media platforms. Obviously, I will not be showing these, as I feel it's not necessary, and I believe that the other information I provide proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is in fact her Reddit account. Plus, I would be doxing her by doing so, and the goal of this video is not to attack this girl, as she is a victim of Urgbla's abusive behavior. The biggest piece of evidence suggesting this to be Tabby's Reddit account is Urgbla's admission of that being the case. I thought, despite this admission, it would be best to provide the proof we used to verify the validity of this Reddit account belonging to Tabby prior to his admission of this being the case. Urghbla admitted to this in my live stream chat where he claimed I was doxing his girlfriend's private posts. This is a narrative that he likes to push often. And I want to clarify that Reddit is a public forum, and none of these posts were meant to be private or could be considered private, especially considering the fact that Tabby posted images of herself on this very same Reddit account. Aside from the fact that Tabby was hiding this Reddit account's existence from Urghbla, which would be the only private aspect of this situation and does not suggest that she is in any way being doxxed by the release of this information. There is also other information that I was provided here, which is all public. However, I have excluded because this includes some more sensitive information, and due to privacy concerns, I don't feel that it is necessary to make this information public. However, that information is also public, like I said, and even if I did show it, it would not be considered doxing. There are multiple factors pointing to Urghbla not having prior knowledge of this account's existence. The first being the name of the Reddit account, I am Redditing at work. Along with the post made by Tabby where she shares many details about her job, it is clear this Reddit account was something she only accessed while she was at work, a place where her emotionally abusive boyfriend would never have access to, being her personal work computer, as well as posts and comments she made expressing the turmoil going on within the relationship the two share. This post specifically is a cry for help and advice on the r/relationships subreddit, a subreddit made specifically for the purpose of helping people by providing a platform for them to express problems they might be having in their interpersonal relationships, where other Redditors can chime in and provide advice to those going through tough times. In the post she made within the r/relationships subreddit, Tabby expresses many aspects of their relationship that have been frustrating her for quite some time. The most impactful thing she shared here being her frustrations with Urgbla's lack of regard or care in terms of respecting her while she's trying to get some sleep. She begins this post by stating her partner streams and makes YouTube content, one of the many times she mentions Urgbla's hobby directly. She then lays out the severity of the situation, stating,
Currently on 5 hours of sleep and feeling really, really unwell. I think it's so unfair to have to go through my day at the office like this. I have to be productive. I don't get to just not do work at all today like he does. I'm sitting in my office crying because I am so exhausted and frustrated.
then expresses her frustrations with his lack of regard to her sleep health, further stating,
We sleep separately on opposite ends of the house. I am as far away as possible from his bedroom, the kitchen. White noise does not help. I have talked to him about all of this, and it keeps happening.
I feel it's important to highlight this next part as well, as it shows why she is so frustrated to begin with. She mentions,
I'm the breadwinner by a landslide, if it matters. If I didn't have my job, we would be homeless.
then finally finishes off this post by saying,
Moving in together was a mistake. How do I make him see how much this hurts me?
taking a look at the comments she left underneath this post, she provides more insight into how she's feeling about everything she laid out within the post itself. In response to a reply that she had gotten, she says,
I definitely feel like I'm raising a teenage boy. I'm so over it, but I don't want to hate him.
she does go on to express a lot more, but I don't want to dive into every little thing that she said here, as this video is meant to show the concerning behaviors being exhibited by Urghbla towards her, and is not meant to be an attack on Tabby or to embarrass her more than necessary to get the point across. Despite them having separate rooms across the house from one another, he still manages to be loud enough through white noise to wake her up. Being a light sleeper myself, I can empathize with her frustrations here. For me, at least, white noise does mostly solve the issue. If she's being woken up by him despite her use of white noise in order to try and prevent that, it must be the case that he is being unnecessarily loud throughout the night, in complete disregard of those around him. As a light sleeper myself, when something wakes me up, no matter how small it may be, it is nearly impossible to fall back asleep most of the time. It is incredibly frustrating and leaves me feeling exhausted and irritable throughout the rest of the day. Nobody wants to be interrupted by some degenerate screaming at their computer throughout the night when they're just trying to sleep and provide for this individual and themselves. As recently as a month ago, at the time I'm making this video, she responded to a comment someone else left voicing their concerns regarding boundaries in their relationship, where she is clearly expressing frustration of something going on to this day, much more recently than her post asking for advice, which was around 9 months ago. She gets very specific in this comment here, stating,
Playing games together for a few hours every week? Totally fine. Playing games games together all day, every day for a week straight? Not fine. Playing games together one on one with no male friends present until 3 a.m. frequently? Not fine.
These highly specific comments that she's leaving can only be referring to the actions she's putting up with in her personal relationship with Urghbla, as there's nobody else living with them that would be doing these things. Along with the fact that most of the comments on this Reddit account are referring to her relationship and issues within it. It is clear to me, based on the post she's made on her Reddit account and the subsequent deletion of her account following this all coming out publicly, that Urghbla is at the very least emotionally abusive and manipulating this poor girl for his own benefit. Instead of putting in any effort towards fixing the issues that are causing his girlfriend immense amounts of stress, he instead chooses to ignore them completely, not caring at all, time and time again, that he is being disruptive towards his girlfriend's sleep and causing her an immense amount of stress as a result. Something nobody should have to put up with, especially if they're the one bringing home the bread, as she states multiple times throughout her Reddit posts. She goes on to mention many of his personal habits, such as his tendency to stay in his room all day, every day, only leaving to secure DoorDash meals he orders for himself. She also expresses how he doesn't share any information with her regarding his income and her frustrations in getting him to do work around the house, including chores that she has to constantly remind him of, stating further that his parents taught him zero life skills or what it takes to maintain a household. But what has Urgbla's response been to all of this so far? Well, aside from what I've already shown you earlier in this video, referring to the comments he left in my live stream chat, he has done a few things in order to divert attention away from this situation entirely. The first thing he did was change his name on YouTube to his full legal name, which I won't be showing you, but it happened, as well as bringing up in his announcements in his Discord irrelevant months-old allegations regarding a random girl he exposed on his channel for doing some strange things. It's clear that Urghbla isn't taking this very seriously at all, and that facing something like this for him is embarrassing, understandably, and it isn't sitting well with him at all. That being said, to end off this video, I want to make it very clear that I had to do a lot of thinking before I decided to go public with any of this information, as I feel making this video could be putting Tabby in a much more dangerous situation than she is currently in. It is clear that Urghbla is at the very least emotionally abusive towards Tabby, and I don't want anyone getting hurt as a result of a video I chose to make exposing awful behavior like this. I don't know the full extent of what goes on behind closed doors, and I'm only going off of the details Tabby has provided within her many comments and posts on Reddit that she has since been forced to hide. Luckily, we already had everything documented prior to this. My goal is for the truth and reality of Urgbla's behavior, both publicly and privately, to be known. He does a really good job of putting a front on for his audience, even though behind the scenes, he is a terrible person. And I can confidently assert that he is at the very least emotionally abusive towards his girlfriend, Tabby. He will call this slander, which is a lie, a deflection, and par for the course in terms of Urgbla's inability to take accountability and own up to his mistakes in any capacity. From what I have presented to you today, I want you to make your own decision on how you feel. To me, it's clear what is going on here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.